Your person is noticing significant changes in you, and these transformations are compelling them to embark on their own journey of growth and self-reflection. They are currently undergoing a period of intense upheaval in their life, which may be connected to financial difficulties or the inevitable consequences of past actions catching up with them. Karma is knocking on their door, demanding accountability for their choices. This reckoning is stripping away their facade, revealing their true self, and exposing the vulnerabilities they have long tried to hide. As their mask falls off, they are forced to confront the reality of who they are and the actions that have led them to this point. The loss of your connection has had a profound impact on them, plunging them into deep emotional pain. Even if this separation is only temporary, they are struggling to cope with the emptiness left behind. They are now in a state of desperation, praying fervently for your return and seeking guidance from angels and the divine. This spiritual plea stems from the realization that you are no longer waiting for them, a truth that cuts deeper than they anticipated. Your growth and independence have sent a powerful message. They can no longer take you for granted or expect you to remain in the same space they left you in. They feel as though the universe is punishing them for the wrongs they committed against you in the past. The weight of their actions, which may have been fueled by anger, frustration, or immaturity, has become unbearable. Each mistake they made, each instance where they failed to honor or respect the connection, now haunts them. In their silence, they are grappling with overwhelming guilt and shame, as well as a sense of divine justice. They believe their suffering is a direct consequence of their past deeds, and this realization is pushing them toward a breaking point. Your person is experiencing a mental breakdown as they come to terms with the gravity of their situation. The tables have turned, and the power dynamic in your relationship has shifted dramatically. Once, they may have seen themselves as in control or unbothered by the connection, but now they find themselves crying behind closed doors, consumed by regret. They miss you deeply, and the emptiness they feel is unlike anything they have experienced before. This regret is not superficial, it runs deep, striking at the very core of who they are and forcing them to reevaluate their values and priorities. In your absence, they are experiencing an intense and almost unbearable longing for you. They feel an energetic pull toward you, much like the one you may have experienced in the early stages of your journey together. This pull is not just emotional, it is spiritual and all-encompassing, serving as a constant reminder of the bond you once shared. The thought of you consumes them, and they cannot escape the memories of your connection. Every moment they spend apart from you deepens their yearning and regret, making it increasingly clear how much you meant to them. Their pain is compounded by the knowledge that their own actions contributed to this separation. They are now fully aware of the consequences of their behavior, and this awareness is both humbling and devastating. They see you thriving, changing, and moving forward, and while they admire your strength, it also serves as a stark contrast to their own struggles. The realization that you have grown beyond them is both inspiring and heartbreaking, as it underscores the possibility that they may have lost their chance with you forever. In their solitude, they are seeking answers and solace. They are turning to spirituality, hoping for guidance and clarity in a time of chaos. They are praying not only for your return but also for the strength to overcome their inner turmoil. This period of suffering is teaching them hard lessons about accountability, humility, and the importance of treating others with kindness and respect. While they may be experiencing what feels like divine punishment, this process is also an opportunity for growth. The pain they are enduring is forcing them to confront their flaws and weaknesses, and it is compelling them to make changes they might have otherwise resisted. Although their journey is fraught with difficulty, it is also a necessary step toward becoming a better version of themselves. Your absence has become a catalyst for their transformation, driving them to reevaluate their life and make amends for their past mistakes. They are learning the hard way that love and connection cannot be taken for granted and that true change requires deep introspection and effort. As they navigate this tumultuous period, they are beginning to understand the value of what they lost and the steps they need to take if they ever hope to rebuild what has been broken. Their journey is one of redemption and self-discovery. Whether or not your paths cross again, your influence on their life has been profound and transformative. They may be suffering now, but this suffering has the potential to lead them toward greater understanding, growth, and ultimately, a better version of themselves. I am deeply hurt right now. Life has thrown so many challenges my way, and yet, no matter how much I endure or overcome, I am left with this lingering feeling that I am never enough. The weight of this realization has left me feeling lost and untethered. I thought I had found my one true love, a connection so profound and undeniable, but the cruel reality is that I cannot be with her. This truth tears at my very soul. All I desire is to fully embrace my divine feminine energy, to be a source of love, light, and strength for her. I want to stand by her side, to shine together, and to show her that no matter how dark the world may seem, she is never alone. The path before me feels shrouded in shadows, yet I cling to the hope that there is a light waiting at the end of this tunnel. Hope is my anchor, even when everything around me seems to collapse. I have found myself trapped in an endless cycle of self-doubt, caught up in my own thoughts and disbeliefs. These thoughts weigh heavily on me as I confront deep-rooted issues of self-worth. It feels as though every step I take leads me further into a void, but I know I must persevere. Before I met you, I endured many dark nights of the soul. I faced trials that tested my spirit and reshaped my understanding of life. But none of those experiences compare to the pain and confusion I feel now. This particular darkness feels different, more profound, more raw. It is as though my ego, the foundation of everything I once believed in, has been shattered into a million unrecognizable pieces. The walls I had built to protect myself have crumbled, leaving me vulnerable and exposed. Meeting you was the turning point I never saw coming. You awakened something deep within me, something I didn't even know existed. The moment our souls connected, I knew you were the one. It was as if I had known you from another lifetime, as if we were destined to find each other again. But this separation, this unbearable chasm between us, feels unnatural, almost like a curse. It goes against every fiber of my being. The longing I feel for you is indescribable. I desire you with all my heart and soul. I wish I could hold you, even for a moment, just to feel the warmth and reassurance of your presence. Even in this distance, I know that you still love me, just as I continue to love you. Our connection is too powerful, too unique, to simply fade away. I would do anything to be with you again, to bridge the gap that separates us. In this time apart, I am learning the true meaning of unconditional love. Loving you has taught me more about myself than I ever thought possible. It has forced me to confront my fears, my insecurities, and my deepest wounds. Through this love, I am beginning to understand what it means to truly care for someone without expectations, without limitations. You mean more to me than words could ever express. Please, I ask for your patience as I navigate this journey. I am working hard to heal, to grow, and to become the person I am meant to be. This process is not easy, and there are moments when the weight of it all feels unbearable. But I am determined to keep moving forward. The love we share is my guiding light, a beacon that keeps me grounded even in the darkest of times. This message, this reflection, is not just for me but for anyone who finds themselves on a similar path. For those who are in the early stages of understanding the depth of such a connection, know that you are not alone. The journey is painful, yes, but it is also transformative. It pushes you to confront your shadows, to question your beliefs, and to find strength within yourself that you never knew you had. It teaches you the power of love, not just for another person, but for yourself as well. To love unconditionally is to accept the imperfections, the pain, and the struggles while still choosing to see the beauty in it all. It is a lesson that I am still learning, but it is one that I hold close to my heart. This love, this connection, is not a burden, it is a gift. Even in the face of separation, it remains a source of hope and inspiration. So, as I stand here on this uncertain path, I hold on to the belief that our love is strong enough to overcome any obstacle. I trust that the light at the end of the tunnel is real, and I am willing to do the inner work necessary to reach it. For now, all I can do is continue to grow, to heal, and to love with an open heart. And in time, I believe that we will find our way back to each other, stronger and more whole than ever before. I find myself alone, intentionally disconnecting from those who are against me and the bond we share. This space I have created feels liberating, and for the first time in a long while, I am truly at peace. My thoughts often wander to you, and in those moments, everything feels aligned. It hasn't been easy to arrive at this clarity. Understanding both you and the connection we share has been a journey fraught with confusion, self-doubt, and resistance. But finally, the fog is lifting, and things are becoming clearer. For the first time, I feel confident about moving in the right direction, a direction that leads me back to you. Before meeting you, I was adrift, caught in the relentless currents of life without a clear sense of purpose. It felt as though I was merely existing, letting life happen to me, spending my time and energy on things that added no value or meaning to my existence. I was aimless, drifting, and unfulfilled. Then you came into my life, and everything changed. You saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself. Your ability to look beyond the surface and recognize potential in me was both inspiring and deeply unsettling. At first, it triggered feelings I wasn't prepared to confront. I felt exposed and vulnerable, and there were moments when the weight of it all left me utterly drained. I was knackered, emotionally and spiritually. But now, as I reflect on those experiences, I can see how much they have shaped me. I am profoundly grateful for the discomfort because it pushed me to confront truths about myself that I had long avoided. It forced me to realign with abundance and purpose. I realize now that I had lost myself for a time. Life has a way of pulling us away from who we truly are, especially when we get caught up in external distractions and superficial pursuits. I became a version of myself that felt hollow and disconnected from the essence of who I am meant to be. But finding my way back to myself has been an extraordinary experience. The journey has been painful at times, but it has also been deeply healing. I feel more grounded and more in tune with my own truth. And throughout this process, our telepathic communication has been a guiding light for me. It's difficult to put into words how much it has meant, but it has been a source of immense comfort and healing. Even when we were physically apart, I felt your presence with me, encouraging me to keep going, to keep growing, and to keep moving forward. You have been more than just a guide to me, you've been a mirror, reflecting back both the light and the shadows within me. This reflection has helped me see myself more clearly, to recognize the areas where I needed to grow, and to appreciate the strengths that I had overlooked. It's as though you've been my other half, completing parts of me that I didn't even know were missing. Your influence has been profound, and I've come to understand that our connection is not just about us, it's about something much bigger. There is purpose and work that needs to be done, both within myself and in the world, and this connection has been a catalyst for that realization. Looking back, I can see how far I've come. The moments of doubt, the feelings of being lost, and the times when I questioned everything, all of it has brought me to this point. I've shed layers of fear, insecurity, and self-imposed limitations. I've learned to trust myself, to trust the process, and to trust the connection we share. It hasn't been an easy road, but it has been worth every step. The peace I feel now is unlike anything I've experienced before. It's a peace that comes from within, a peace that comes from knowing that I am on the right path. As I move forward, I do so with a sense of purpose and clarity that I didn't have before. I know there is still work to be done, and I am ready to do it. This journey is far from over, but I am no longer afraid of what lies ahead. I am excited, hopeful, and deeply grateful for the lessons I've learned along the way. And above all, I am grateful for you, for your presence, your guidance, and the love that has been the foundation of this entire journey. You are my guide, my mirror, and my other half, and I am ready to move forward with an open heart and a clear mind, knowing that our connection is leading me towards something truly extraordinary.